Well, thank you, Chairman Carper and Ranking Member Capito and members of the committee. We appreciate having this legislative hearing this morning on the Livestock Regulatory Protection Act. In addition to the two jobs that the chairman mentioned, I'm also a working family farmer from eastern South Dakota, where we raise corn and soybeans and have a custom beef cattle feedlot. Keeping our farmers and ranchers in production is vital to our food security and to our national security. Farmers and ranchers work hard to keep food on our plates while continuing to make great strides in sustainability, which brings me to the topic of today's hearing. American agriculture accounts for approximately 10% of U.S. greenhouse gas emissions. That's far less than transportation, electricity generation, and other industry sectors. Farmers continue to produce more food, fiber, and energy more efficiently than ever before. Over 2 generations, we've nearly tripled our productivity without using more resources. In fact, we would have needed nearly 100 million more acres 30 years ago to match today's production levels. That's just amazing, and it's because of technology. More productive livestock operations allow ranchers, pork producers, poultry growers, egg producers, and dairy farmers to maintain their total contribution to greenhouse gas emissions at less than 4%. Now, like I said, innovation plays an important role, from methane digesters to advances in nutritional balance that lead to lower per unit greenhouse gas emissions. And I'll give you just a few statistics here. In fact, we've seen a 26% reduction in per unit emissions of greenhouse gases for our dairy industry, while milk production is up 48%. We have a 20% reduction by our swine producers with an 80% increase in pork production, and close to a 10% drop by our cattlemen and cattlewomen with an 18% increase in our production of beef. To continue to make improvements in carbon sequestration and emissions reductions, we need to increase investment in agricultural research and spur innovation. We do not need to burden our hardworking farmers and ranchers with onerous regulations and costly permit fees. And that's why adoption of S. 1475, the Bipartisan Livestock Regulatory Protection Act, introduced by Senators Thune and Sinema, is so important. This legislation makes clear that investment and innovation are the way forward, not command and control regulation. Our advancements in sustainability are due to adoption of technologies and farmers' terrific participation in voluntary, incentive-based conservation programs. U.S. farmers have enrolled more than 140 million acres in federal conservation programs. That's equal to the total land area of California and New York combined. I can tell you personally, our farms and our land are our heritage. Every farmer I know wants to leave the land, air, and water, as well as our farm and ranch businesses, in better condition than we found them. To achieve that goal, Congress must protect agriculture from undue burdens and respect farmers and ranchers' ability to innovate and solve problems. We must ensure that short-sighted, knee-jerk reaction public policies do not threaten the viability and sustainability of our farms or the long-term resiliency of our rural communities. Americans have a new appreciation for the importance of agriculture after seeing empty grocery store shelves the last couple of years, some for the first time in their lives. When the pandemic hit, we were proud to assure America that the commitment of farmers and ranchers is unwavering. We are still farming. Please make sure that the public policy doesn't stand in the way of our ability to continue to fulfill what we see is a sacred commitment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding today's hearing. I would be pleased to answer any questions the committee might have.